Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on when and where you're watching this. My name is Kirsty and this is the GrianaigCreations podcast channel. This is the December knitting video. My pronouns are they, them, and I am coming to you from Paisley. I'm coming to you from a sun setting clear sky, which means it's going to be cold tonight, Paisley, which is just a stone's throw away from Glasgow. And apologies if the stand has just moved. Oogie is like my cat, for anyone that's new, is in pounce mode at the bottom of the stand that I'm using. And if you happen to hear a little jingle in the background, no, it is not Santa Claus coming to my house early. It is the cat toy. So yes, hello, welcome back to my channel. If you can hear nasaliness, if I have to like stop and start cough, I do apologize. I have been really unwell for about the last 10 days and I still have a cough to put up with. So I do apologise if I do sound a little bit nasally or there's a lot of like stopping and starting and stuff like that. It's not intentional. It's just I would rather clear my throat off camera. But yeah, I hope everyone is doing really, really well. I hope you all have something nice to drink or something to craft on whilst you're watching this. I don't intend for it to be a long episode, but that being said, I have a good couple of things to show off. I'm just having a nice hot decaf tea at the moment. I'm still kind of surviving on hot fluids just now, and it's just quite nice as well. My morning started really relaxed but very busy, so like I stripped the bed, I done the hoovering, I cleaned some other bits and pieces, and then my mum came to... Are you going to be noisy this whole podcast? You are, aren't you? Oh, now you don't meow. Oogie just wanted to say hi. Although she won't come up and be on camera. Yeah, let's see if I can entice her with her toy. But yeah, my mum came to visit, dropped some stuff off, done some more tidying, remade the bed, and then I decided I wanted to go out. I wanted to get some shopping. Our fridge and freezer are very bare at the moment, and it's kind of gets to that point in the evening where I'm like, if I've not planned something for dinner, I'm like, oh, I don't have anything for dinner. And lunches are getting very boring as well. So, excuse me. So I took myself out, went to Aldi, got some groceries, and then went to Asda, which was busy. Got more groceries and then headed off to Pets at Home to get some bits and pieces for the very spoiled cat. Yes, I'm talking about you. She literally turned around when I said spoiled cat. Okay, so Oogie might interrupt throughout this video. I do apologise. She was not happy that I went out today. She was not then happy that I decided to make a big batch of slow cooker stew, which took up way more time than I thought it would. And then she was even less happy that she could smell chicken as I was portioning it out to put in the freezer. So all in all, I owe her a lot of scritches and playtime and treats, and she hasn't had those yet. She's had some playtime, she had one treat, and as much scritches as she'll let me, which apparently is still not enough. So anyway, let's jump into the crafting, because y'all did not come here for cat content. That's a whole different YouTube channel that I don't have. But there's not a lack of cat videos on the internet, so I'm sure you can go find some somewhere. But yes, I don't really know where to start with the knitting content this month. I didn't think I would have a lot. And then when I sat down and thought about it, like, I could maybe class some like some progress as enough progress to show off. So first things first, I will show the first one that comes to hand, which is the newborn, not baby, newborn vertebrae. I got one sleeve done. It looks like I've increased here. I haven't. I think it's just the way. There we go, that's better. And I apologise for the lighting. It is like 4 p.m. here on the west coast of Scotland, and the sun has already set. It has gone down past the landline, and I have 2 lamps on because otherwise it's just really kind of harsh one-sided lighting that would be behind me. So we're making do. We're going with the cozy vibe, hence, you know, have a lovely drink, get cozy and comfy and watch my channel. But yes, this is the newborn vertebrae. And like I say, I picked up the stitches and I got a sleeve finished, including the ribbing at the end. And then I did pick up and maybe put like 2 rounds on the second sleeve before I changed to a different project. So if I'm right, I have until January to get this and the blanket finished. And I feel like that's cutting it quite close, and I'm not comfortable with that. So I think for the other people that are due in April, and I think one was June or July, I think I'm going to start a lot quicker. So these are not for me. I have no intentions of having kids. Oogie is my baby. So this is for one of the people that attend the craft night. And oh, when she told us she was pregnant, I was so overjoyed for her, and I was just like, oh, I'm going to make some stuff. So I decided on a newborn vertebrae because I think that the concept of this little cardigan is fantastic. And if I hadn't tucked my iPad away, I'd tell you the designer, so I will link it in the description box below, and you can go find out like the concept of this as well. I have mentioned it in a couple of my other videos, but because I don't want any mums that are like first time mums in particular, because I don't want them to stress about having to figure out the washing side of things, I've decided to do this on Stylecraft Special 4-ply. So this is the 4-ply version of the normal like DK that you see a lot, the Stylecraft Special DK. And this wool is lovely. It is 100% acrylic. You get 422 meters in a ball, and it can be shoved in the washing machine and the tumble dryer, which is great. Then no one needs to worry about how it gets washed and how it gets dried. Although it does say dry on cool, so I may have to write a slight note with care instructions for each person I am gifting stuff to, because I plan on making at least four vertebrae in 4 different colours of this Stylecraft. Okay, right, let's... Ooh, I'm hitting things. I'm attaching needles back to things so I don't lose them. Okay, next one to hand is my sock. You might be like, but I don't see much progress. There is progress, I swear. From this stitch marker all the way to the needle is my progress. I know, it's not much, but I'm claiming it for putting it in this video. Progress is progress. So this is going to be eventually a pair of socks for myself. I love this colour of West Yorkshire Spinners. and it is on their signature 4-ply, and the colorway is Starling, which is lovely. I quite enjoy their birds collection. I think I have nearly every color, or yeah, nearly, but not all. And I definitely have some favorites in there. So if you've never used West Yorkshire Spinners yarn, it is 75% wool, 25% nylon, and you get 400 meters in a 100-gram ball. And this is kind of the wool you would find a lot of people classing as like rustic sock wool, or like the hard wearing sock wool. It tends to be my preferred wool for socks. I've just found personally for my feet and how I walk and how like I wear things, that this is the best one. I have yet to darn a pair of socks. So yeah, I really like West Yorkshire Spinners, and this sock was getting a lot more love and attention before I probably started the baby stuff. And between trying to get the baby stuff finished for January and my Advent project, this is not going to see a whole lot of love in the next couple of weeks, which is absolutely fine because they're for me. They're not for anyone. They're not like a gift or anything like that. So that's absolutely fine. But when I tried these on just last night, I am guessing that I need at least another inch of knitting, and then I could maybe get away with starting the toe. I am really trying with this, what's going to be a pair of socks, I'm really trying with this one to get the fit spot on. I have quite a few pairs of socks where I have just got bored of knitting them and I've wanted them over and finished really quickly, and I've either made them too short or I've not paid attention and they're actually too big, which, believe it or not, is a problem. You okay, Oogie? Oh, we're making biscuits? We're making biscuits. So yeah, I'm trying really hard on this pair to get it spot on, and then I'm going to take notes. I always use a 2.25mm needle, whether that's the 9-inch circulars that are currently on it, or I then get a much longer circular needle. That's when I use those for the heel. I can do a heel flap and gusset on the 9-inch circulars. Or I normally have DPNs kicking around the bottom of a bag, but I don't have a bag for this project just yet. Sorry, she's really distracting me. I feel really bad because I've not really given her much attention today. And she's a very spoiled cat, and she makes it known when she's not happy. But yeah, hopefully I will be able to get the toe done, and then I will be able to fly through the second socks. But I won't be surprised if I don't get these finished until well into January, if not maybe even February. But again, I'm not putting any pressure on myself. I'm not under any sort of time constraint, so they'll get finished when they get finished. My next project is the Anchors sweater by Petite Knit. I have got this project now through all of the pattern repeats. Oh my goodness, the light is just not working in my favor. Let's see. Ooh, that's harsh. How should I do this? Not gonna work. Does not help. It's very dark yarn. But I don't know if you can see the lines going up and down, but there are 5 sections that you have to do before you can start your stockinette, and I now have all 5 sections done. I haven't worked on this because I really think I need to block it and see how it's going to grow lengthwise. Widthwise, I'm not actually bothered about, believe it or not. I know it will fit, but this yarn will grow. Like, it will grow, and I need to know how much it's going to grow so that when I go for splitting for the sleeves, I'm not gonna like knit too much and then end up having like a swancho type thing, or I'm gonna end up knitting too little, because even though it grows, it could bounce back really easily, like what happened with the test knit I done for Maddie Harvey. Now, I still love that garment. That was an issue with the yarn and me, because I did not properly swatch. I swatched, I didn't block it, so that's on me. And I unwove my swatch for this again. I didn't block it because I need all the yarn I can get. So I think I'm going to put this onto probably they're probably going to put it onto like one of those barber poles or multiple needles that the water can't get into the connector with, and see what happens with this yarn, because I really want to get the perfect fit sweater. It's all about, I'm really on a journey at the moment to get things that will be for me and not just made because I wanted to make them. So I don't want to have to frog something or gift it to somebody when I really, really wanted it. So the perfect example for that was, I'm looking at it right now, but the Dustland sweater. So I made the Dustland sweater and it now belongs to my husband, who it suits very well and he loves it. I think the neckline's too big for him though, and I really want to take it in, but he's just like, no, this is mine now, don't touch it. Which is really cute. Like, that's really cute of him. But it kind of broke my heart when that Dustland was just too big for me. So yeah, I really want to get the fit on this spot on. I am knitting this with, wasn't that handy that they're up here? With Mirasol Sisa. This is Luxurious Merino Wool and Baby Alpaca Blend. It is 60% wool and 40% alpaca, and it's like a chainette. Focus. You can kind of see it in the skein more than in my thumb. Yeah, so it's like a chainette construction, and I'm going to be quite tight on yarn, which I knew going into. I still chose this yarn because it is honestly so, it feels to me very luxurious. Like, it's so squishy. It's going to be really, really toasty and warm, and I just, it's so beautiful to touch, like so beautiful. So we'll see. I'll see if I can get it blocked and just see what's going to happen with the length of it once it does get blocked, because again, I really don't want to end up with a swancho, and I really also don't want to end up with it being like really tight because I don't have enough space. So that was the Anchors sweater by Petite Knits. My mum and I are knitting this together. She is well ahead of me She's now on to her second one. The first one was more of a see how it goes, and unfortunately it's just a little bit too small. So she's going to find somebody that it will fit, and she's started her second one. So she is powering through. My second last project is my scrappy circular blanket. Where is my progress stitch marker? I don't know if this is right, but we'll go with it. But I have a marker that I have so many, like you've got to put a marker in each of your increase areas, and I think there's like 10. Sorry, 8. There's 8 increase areas in this blanket. And this is the only one not in an increase area, so I think this is where I was when you last saw it. If it's not, oh well. There has been progress, might not be very much, but I worked out that I'm over 600 stitches now, I think. That's my start of round. I just doubled up on 2 markers, and then like that's one wedge of the blanket. This hasn't been touched in at least 2 weeks. It's normally, or it was, getting shoved in my bag, but I haven't actually had anything. Oh, sorry, I've got such an itch on my eyebrow. I ended up putting my crochet blanket in my bag, so this hasn't been in my bag recently. But yeah, I'm still really enjoying it. I'm not sure how big I'm going to make it, to be really honest with you, because I'm just not loving my colours. There's three different, definitely this is one. This is West Yorkshire Spinners Robin. And then this is one sock yarn, but I'm not sure if this was a different one. I think it is. Yeah, I see my ends. So I've got at least 4, maybe 5 scraps in this so far, and I've got like a bag of them off to the side. I'm not going to pick it up because I've been piling my stuff on top of it when I finish showing you. But yeah, I am liking this project. I think I just wish I had picked my colours a little bit better, like maybe done some pre-planning. I was really just trying to use up the smaller scraps first, but we'll see. This could just end up being quite a small blanket and going to the cat, because she loves her blankets. Loves them. So yeah. I'm going to move that stitch marker, if I can find it again, to where it is now, so I don't need to worry about that when it comes to the next video. There we go. I'm also going to roll up this yarn. It's come very undone. Okay. Last project is multiple different things. So when I had a little bit of extra money, I put out on my Instagram if anyone knew of a maker that was doing an advent calendar under £100. And I know that might sound really cheap, and it is. Like, don't get me wrong, it is really cheap, but if they're just doing the yarn, nothing more, Sorry, I wasn't going to say the unit's name when the alarm went off because I didn't want to trigger anyone that has one in their house. That happened to me recently. I was watching a Instagram reel or story, and my unit from Amazon started playing like this playlist that I did not ask it to, which was really kind of annoying, but kind of funny at the same time. But yeah, I know £100 is quite cheap for asking for a yarn advent calendar. Now, if I had maybe bought, say, like mini skeins, 24 mini skeins, if they were charging like £4, that would be 96 quid. So it is doable if they were just charging for the yarn for prices that they already have for their mini skeins. But I couldn't really find anyone that was doing them for £100 or less, which completely reasonable. I just really didn't have the money to spend like 200 quid or 180 quid on a yarn advent. Maybe if I had looked in advance and had done the pay up option, it would have maybe worked out, but as it is, I didn't do that. I considered getting one very late on. I think I considered one at like the end of October. Not even, maybe before that, maybe at the start of October. But my lovely friend Amy, bless her soul, decided to take on the challenge and very kindly offered to send me a scrap advent calendar. Annoyingly, the bag is slightly out of reach. I'm going to stop it. Like, I've stopped the recording so many times now that you're probably not really going to notice, hopefully. So, Amy, the kind soul that she is, took on the challenge of making me up a scrap yarn advent calendar. Don't know why I'm struggling over words all of a sudden. And sent this really gorgeous bag, which I was not expecting, and it really is wonderful. And it's just so cute. I mean, look at those reindeer. Well, one reindeer. Is it a deer? It's either just a deer or a reindeer. But it's got a red bow around it. It's got a wreath. That's a hard word for me to say, especially when I'm still ill. And yeah, I am all up to date. I decided that this was going to be the one advent calendar project that I was really, really gonna do. I went to start one last year, the year before, and yeah, didn't even get cast on my first stitch. So here is day one. So I'm using the Radvent Throw by Amber O'Brien, who is like the queen of advent patterns. I don't know why I'm rotating it. It's the exact same stitch on every side, but it's lovely. These are going to block nice and big as well, and they're all the same stitch count. I've bound off on this with this really lovely blue colour. Bound off on all of them with this colour. And yes, this was day one. Day two, this is this like it's coming up very orange on my screen, but it's more of like a very peachy orange. It's really, really lovely. Day three, I picked these out at random, by the way. These were not numbered, all selected at random. So if you think that's a drastic change between day 1 and 2, but not between 2 and 3, it's because I picked them out randomly. This day 3. So this is like orange and blue and some like khaki green colour. It looks really, really lovely. Hopefully I'll get photos of them in daylight, because again, we're losing light. Day 4 is this really stunning like lilac colour, violet lilac. Oh no, I'm not great with colours. And you've got some yellowy orange in there. You've got some pops of blue, pops of like kind of like a neon pink. Really, really lovely. Day 5. This one might be one of my favourites. Like every time I get one, I'm like, oh, that's my new favourite. That's my new favourite. But I don't know, there's just something about this one that I really, really like. So this has Stellina in it. You might be able to see the sparkle. It's really soft as well, like really, really soft. Every time I go to show one, I forget what day I'm on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Day 6. Is this like this pinky black? Or pink with black speckles. Day 7. I love this one as well. Like honestly, it's a tie between this one and the galaxy pink, the galaxy purpley blue one. So this one's really gorgeous. It's got like quite neon type colours. So you get like bright pink, bright yellow, like electric blue, green, orange. Like it's really lovely. Again, forgot my number. 4, 5, 6, 7. Day 8. I think this is the perfect Christmas green shade, and I don't know why. You could tell me different. You could probably point out a more Christmas green, but I don't know. I just think there's something really lovely about this one. So that's day 8. And then today, which is day 9, is this beauty. So this is kind of like an undyed base, but with like maybe a pale yellow to it, like a very, very pale yellow. And then it's got like speckles and splodges of yellow. And then some black, which has faded out to grey. So I'm calling this kind of like a grello. And I think this one is really, really lovely. I'll show it without the yarn ends ruining it. But yeah, this one's really lovely. I plan on blocking all of these individually, and then I'm going to crochet the edges together. And I'm going to put all 24 into the one blanket and see how big it is, and then decide whether I'm going to add to it with some of my own scraps, or if it's a good enough size with just the 24 from this event, this yarn advent. Because it would be nice just to be like, oh, those are yarns that I got from my friend, and not be like, those are yarns I got from my friend, but that one and that one and that one. Do you know what I mean? Like, it would just be quite a special blanket. So that is what I'm working on every day. I really am trying my best to stay up to date and not get behind, because I think once I get behind, I'll lose that momentum. And I just want to be able to kind of say more for myself that I actually lasted a whole advent by doing the project. You don't realise how much it takes to control your breathing until you have to do a podcast. And it's not just because I'm still not 100%. It's just every podcast I seem to just like steamroll, and then get to the end, I'm like, oh, I got to breathe. But yeah, that is all the knitting. I have been thinking recently about how I'm going to move this channel forward, especially going into a brand new year. I am not one of those people that do a whole new year, new me. But there are going to be some things I want to start up in the new year relating to this channel. I'm going to start recording written down my projects, the yarn I use, how much yarn comes into the house, how much yarn goes out. Well, not goes out of the house, how much yarn I use up, to be more precise. I was getting the Vicky Brown Designs mini skein subscription. I cancelled that this morning because I am looking to start the fantasy yarn subscription with For the Love of Yarn. Now, I might have that name slightly wrong, but it is definitely the fantasy yarn subscription that I'm going to be buying. It might just have more to that name. And that will be the only yarn that comes in for at least the first 3 months of next year, with the exception of an asterisk of any yarn I need to finish a project. Now, if it's a project for me, I'm okay with stash diving and finding stuff that I can make work. But if it's for the likes of these items for people that are getting pregnant, for these people that are pregnant and having their kids next year, if I need to buy yarn to finish their projects, then that is the only exception, really. And then in April, I will be going to Vegas with my husband for our honeymoon. Yes, very belated. Our 1 year anniversary of being married has already been and gone. That is a whole story in itself because we're meant to have gone away already by now, but we had to cancel. And I will be buying yarn in Vegas. And then after that, I will make the decision whether I'm going on not a yarn ban, but let's use up what we have situation. So yeah, with the subscription box that I am hoping to get, that yarn is going to be put towards socks. And I think I'm going to make it a bit of a challenge that I make a pair of socks every month with that yarn. But we'll see when it comes to like when it's delivered, because it kind of might need to be the next month. So like if it doesn't get delivered until the end of January, then January's yarn will make February's socks, if that makes sense. Just need to breathe. But yeah, like I say, I've got ideas floating in my head and I really need to write them down so I don't forget. But I also just realised that, for anyone wondering, this is the Pussy Hat. It's a 2-colour brioche. Could have done with being a little bit longer. My ears are exposed, or at least the lobes of my ears are exposed. And this is the Sunset Highway sweater. This is probably one of my first colourwork sweaters, if not my second one, but definitely my the one that worked out better. So yeah, I'm gonna go now. I generally do just need to sit and breathe for like 5 minutes, and I need to appease the cat of the household. Although she is curled up sleeping now, so I might be okay. If you've enjoyed this video, please do hit the like button, the wee thumb down there, and then also, actually, did I get that right? Yeah, thumb there, subscribe there. If not, thumb there, subscribe there. Sorry, I couldn't have paused and stopped that video for that one. But yeah, if you have enjoyed this, please do hit the thumbs up button, and if you're not already subscribed, please do hit the subscribe button. I will be doing my podcast anniversary episode in just a couple of weeks, so stay tuned for that. There may or may not be a little giveaway involved. But yeah, the next video will be a crochet video. There will be no cross stitch this month, just like there wasn't last month. I'm going to focus on my Advent stuff and the baby knitting for the girl, the woman, the lady, due in January. So those are my priorities: Advent and baby stuff. Anything else? I'm asking you, like, you can answer in the next 5 seconds. But yeah, I'm gonna go breathe for 5-10 minutes. I'm gonna go check on my slow cooker stew, and I'm gonna knit. I'm just gonna sit and knit. Oh, so sorry if you heard that. That was my throat. But yes, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all stay safe and happy crafting. Until the next video, bye.